Good morning, everybody. All right, this is the last video that we did in Rome. As you can see, this was the view from our first stop that morning, which was the Basilica. I tried to use that option thing on my camera. You guys know what I'm talking about. It does like a panoramic view of like the whole area, the street. These were the best shots I think I got. This next one is like the best shot I think I've ever taken. Isn't that just amazing? It's beautiful. All right, so we were there at the Basilica. We decided to go in. As usual, there was a lot to see in here, so I put it to music for you. Here we go. Now, you guys have to know, I'm sure I've told you, that the food there was absolutely amazing. Husband was all about the pasta. I was all about the steaks with this balsamic drizzle on it. Oh my goodness. And of course, the desserts. Lots of desserts. So here's one that was tiramisu. Let's not forget the drinks. You stopped for one thing, you had another. So you're thirsty, you get that. I got this, which was like a coffee with heavy milk. I can't explain it. And of course, a Nutella crepe, which was so rich, I was unable to finish it, if you can believe that. Oh, and by the way, the gelato there was also quite delicious. Now, we continue to wander around Rome because we had seen all the major things. And then we started seeing stuff like this. Could you imagine trying to fit into these? By the way, those are those new little cars from Japan that are all electric, and they're not very expensive. I wonder if they're ever going to start selling those here in the United States. It's almost like a smart car, but smaller. Also, I couldn't help but just fall in love with these trees. You guys have already told me before what they are, but my goodness, just the natural shape and beauty of them was just breathtaking. And everywhere you went, if you just looked, like in between buildings or something, you'd see something architectural. It was just so gorgeous. All right, that night we went back to La Stampa. I told you about that restaurant a video or two ago. And I didn't want to sit inside. It was too crowded. So they actually put a table and chairs for us and some other people outside in the alley, outside. It was the craziest thing, but it was so wonderful. So, of course, husband went for something cacciatore. I couldn't even tell you. I went for the stuffed ravioli with the light buttery cream sauce on top. I mean, when I tell you we were in an alley, we were in an alley. Just as an FYI, this was a puffed pastry with mascarpone and Nutella with shaved chocolate bits and some other stuff all over it. It was to die for, and this is what my husband got. Now, at the end of the meal, the waiter brought us these 2 little glasses of alcohol to drink. We didn't order them. Husband drank it. I didn't. So when the waiter brought us the check, he brought us these 2 cups filled with some sort of liquor. I took one sip and went, eh. Now, there was always somewhere to just, sit and soak up the ambiance. You guys know what I mean. Somewhere to just sit and soak up the atmosphere, the statues, the sounds. And by the way, I did buy myself a small piece of jewelry. It was a silver snake that went around my finger. Yeah, that time when we were sitting, I was having one of these. Couldn't even tell you what it was, but yeah, there's a snack for you. My God. You would think with all of this that I would have put on a ton of weight while I was in Italy, but actually I didn't. I was told it had something to do with the grain that they use in the pasta, that somehow it was different than what we're used to at home. Whatever it was, I can simply tell you that it was absolutely amazing, and we ate and we ate and we ate. Now, I also wanted to show you our room in Rome. We had this absolutely gorgeous room. You went in the front door and there was like a space. And if you turned to your left, there was a coffee pot and things. I didn't take a picture of the bathroom. I don't know why. We had this huge marble wrapped bathroom with the biggest bathtub you ever saw, toilet, bidet, sink. It was I'd like to call it elegant. It was like old world elegance. It did not have all of the outlets that the hotel in London had, however, which is why I'm glad that we remembered to bring all of those, adapters. If we hadn't brought those, we'd have been in trouble. But there was plenty of storage space in the room and what I like to call old world charm. The hotel itself had a lot of charm in it. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of touches. You could tell this building was something else and they turned it into a hotel. So from this gorgeous lobby with it lets the sun in. I forgot what you call that. But from this gorgeous lobby, with the marble and all the trappings and the gold everywhere. And of course, the service was just amazing. When you walked outside, you were immediately met with carts like this where they would make you fresh juice in the mornings. And then you're walking around, and of course, you come up on more churches. I think they had more churches than anything. But what I always found interesting is that every church had some sort of different architectural detail in it. You know what I'm saying? So we're kind of meandering around Rome right now because we tried to go into Vatican City, the actual city, years ago. Before I canceled my Netflix subscription, I saw an interesting thing called the Vatican Girl. Anyway, I thought it would be nice to go in. We were stopped by police who informed us that tourists were not allowed in Vatican City, interestingly enough. So yeah, now we're just kind of meandering around today. So we saw some more architectural details, and then this happened, my goodness. And now we've decided to stop and eat some lunch, and my red readers broke. Can you believe it? While I'm in Italy. So I'm leaving a little piece of myself behind in Italy because I'm not taking them home with me. New readers, Italian. And after lunch and then a snack, it was time for dinner. We got up the next morning, got back to Heathrow, got on the plane on Austrian Airlines. This is what they served us, and it was actually really good. Landed back in London, went to our hotel, and here's a few pictures of that hotel, which was very modern, very nice. And I guess because it was so close to the airport, whereas the other hotels were $400 or $500 a night, this one was like $105 for the night, but we were just shocked because it was so nice. Also, FYI, it was Halloween, and so the lobby was decorated for Halloween. They were having a contest who liked what, decorations the best. The next day, it was time to get back on the flight and fly back to the United States. Well, I'm on the plane in London Heathrow, and we're getting ready to take off. I have a really nice seat with private compartments and plenty of legroom and a window. Business class, definitely worth it. So we took off. The flight was smooth. The view was amazing. Of course, we waved goodbye to London, which was right below the clouds. Now, the food was definitely better than it was initially. No complaints there, except they kept feeding us like constantly, like every time you turned around. And I just want to let you guys know that Finn was beyond excited that we were home. He could not have been happier. I'm sure he had a good time where he was, but we were happy to have him home with us. All right, you guys, that's the end of our trip through Europe. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us. We're going to be doing another trip in a couple of months, and we'll be taking you along on that one as well. All right, I hope everybody has a fabulous day.